All right, hello and welcome to the channel. You're joining me here in our Rivian R1S, and I am driving from New Jersey into New York City. The city is so nice, they named it twice. New York, whatever. This is actually fairly rare because while I do commute into New York almost every day, I usually do so on either the train or the bus. I don't really drive in because traffic's always horrible. But even more, parking and charging are really difficult, and there are not many great options there. So today I am thrilled because I'm going to be checking out what looks like an amazing new offering from a company called Gravity, who just opened up their first public available charging station in New York, it looks really cool. They've got these like overhanging chargers. They are also being billed as the fastest public chargers available anywhere right now. They are rated up to 500 kilowatts. Now, of course, it doesn't really matter because most cars can't get that. Actually, no car can get that, but including our Rivian here. But still pretty exciting, and I'm just more excited for the fact that might actually have some decent, reliable and fast public charging for EVs in New York City, because it's kind of a desert right now, surprisingly, and it prevents us from really charging there very often. So come along with me. We're going to go check this out, see what kind of speeds we can get. I'll show you a little bit about what this setup looks like and what we might be able to expect from them in the future. So let's drive. All right, so we are heading here into New York City, and just wanted to show here kind of what the state of charging is like. Not so much along the way, it's actually fine, but in the city itself. So you can just see here, Manhattan, right there in the middle, like where our destination is, very little in the way of charging infrastructure. And here in the Rivian, we've actually got this option to show the Tesla, or at least compatible Tesla supercharger stations, which are primarily the V2 ones. But you can see there's even, there's none of those in New York City. So in New York, we actually have mostly either the Tesla destination chargers, which are like the 11-ish kilowatt level 2 ones, which most of the time are in garages, and you have like valet parking. So with a Tesla, it's not so bad if they kind of know what they're doing and they've been doing it for a little while. But I can't imagine doing it here where we need a little adapter that we'd have to give them and then like explaining the charging and stuff to them that way. Just no thanks, doesn't seem very likely to work. But beyond that, in terms of like the fast charging, Tesla-wise, it's mostly what they call the urban chargers, which are 75 kilowatt ones that you really don't find in other places. They're like these little small pedestal ones. So not many of those. And you can see here, we've really only got, slower L2 charging. So there are a couple of larger stations here. There's like this 20 station one and 18 one. I think those are both charge point ones. And then there's an offline charge point one right around Port Authority. And then this Gravity one doesn't actually even show up on here, which is kind of interesting. So hopefully we don't have any issues with it, but I have seen reports of people using it successfully and even using it with Rivian, so should not be a problem. It is actually CCS, but they will give you adapters for Tesla, so you can charge anything there, which is great. Yeah, I mean, really, majority of the time, because there's like no fast charging in Manhattan, at least, not really so much throughout the city. Whenever we go into the city, we pretty much just charge up at home, and we're close enough by that it's not really an issue. I think we're only like 30 miles from the city, if even, that's fine to get in and get back out. But it is nice, at least now, to have the options and flexibility to be able to charge while we're there. Yeah, and one of the other big things about the city is, especially my wife grew up in Brooklyn, so she's got a lot of local knowledge and therefore opinions about how you do parking and stuff in the city, and she pretty much refuses to park in garages unless unless we've looked around for street parking for at least 40 minutes or so, because it's just not worth the prices that you pay for even a few hours, if not a day, of garage parking, especially in Manhattan. It's got to be like one of the most expensive cities in the world, if not the most expensive in terms of actual like garage parking. So what's really nice here is you actually don't pay for the parking at all. You just pay for charging, and it looks like the rates are not too crazy. So we will check that out and see how this works. Apparently they have like on-site staff to help you. I've heard this is like an incredibly busy charging site because a lot of the rideshare companies, which New York has actually, I don't know the exact details, but I don't know if they're requiring all new registrations to be electric vehicles, or if it's a certain proportion, or if they're just like incentivizing it. But whatever the exact policy is, it's leading to a lot of new EVs out on the road for taxis and rideshare stuff. So in addition to a lot of Teslas that we've kind of always seen there, we're seeing like a ton of Toyota BZ4Xs for some reason too. I guess just because the price is probably low, and actually like as a taxi or like ride sharing vehicle, it makes a lot of sense. Not great for like road tripping, but if you're just driving around the city, not so bad. So anyway, because there's just not a lot of great charging infrastructure, for all of these rideshare drivers and taxis, this site now makes a lot of sense for it, and apparently it's quite popular for that. So let's see, we're going to be here a little bit like toward the tail end of rush hour on a Friday as I'm going into the office. So let's see what things look like with that as well. All right, so we finally made it through the Lincoln Tunnel, and traffic even today. But we're behind this nice Model 3 Highland here from Maryland, and yeah, everybody else going into the city right now. So the gravity charger is actually not too far here from the exit of the tunnel, so we should be there in just a minute. All right, so here it is, right here in the midst of Port Authority where all the buses go. Let's check it out. All right, we're here now at the gravity charging hub. This is amazing. So they've got a big bank here of, these are the units. You can see here on ours, indicator light, I guess of state of charge, because it's right about where we are. Really cool cable management here. You got this like the little like wooden slats on it, a little bit of design in here. Super cool. And then like never seen ones like this that kind of wrap around and you just pull it down. So they have an attendant here that got this all hooked up. You don't have to do an app or anything. He just comes back when you're done to pay for it and everything. And yeah, you don't pay for parking or anything. So this is awesome. We are not getting the best rate yet. Okay, so we are getting 114 kilowatts. That's not bad. Okay, we're ramping up still. So we should be able to do like the max out here at 215 or so. Although the fact that we're at 41% doesn't help us here. But yeah, this is capable of going up to 500 kilowatts. So 1000 volts, 500 amps. Or even beyond that, but they said that they could only get like certification on the rating up to 500 kilowatts, but it's capable of doing more. So Gravity is producing these, and it's just really cool. I've never seen another solution like this. So we've got these boxes here for the actual like charging dispenser, and I guess our cabinets, probably back there where we hear all the sound. We'll check those out in a second. But yeah, so you've got CCS handles here, these little things that hold it on. And then I guess the attendant has the adapters for Teslas as well. So you would need a relatively recent, like in the last 3 years or so, Tesla that's got CCS capability on it. So you can check that in your hardware settings if you're interested in coming here. Let's take a look at like the plate on here. So this was manufactured just back in November. Like I said, this has only been publicly open for about 20 days now, so super cool. Output current 500 amps and voltage up to, what does it say? It's hard to read. Up to 1000 volts, yeah. So really cool. And they said they actually can go a little bit higher than that, but again, it was difficult to get certification for that. And there's no vehicles right now that can charge that much. I think the fastest you would see right now is in like either a Taycan or actually maybe like some of the Hyundai Group eGMP vehicles, but really nothing's going up to 500 kilowatts right now, but it's great to have like that headroom and just to know you can get charging speeds up to that much. Let's see now that we've been here a little bit if this is not any faster. No, 146 though. So part of it is we weren't able to like precondition or anything because this didn't show up in the nav, but still great charging rate, and there's nothing else around here that is even close to this. So awesome. Love this, and let's see what we end up paying and everything for. This was quite easy to get to, and I can't believe there's not more people here. But yeah, we've got a lot of, I think they're taking out their R1S over there. A lot of rideshare drivers here. So I got a bunch of Neros. I saw 2 BZ4Xs up here as predicted. Ton of Neros, interesting. Bolt EV, Nero, Bolt, and then this Aria here is really nice. There's a guy over there who's talking to the Rivian guy. The taxi driver, he said he just recently got it, loves the ride quality and everything with it. But I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is awesome. There's the valet over there to take care of stuff, and yeah, cool setup here. And then there's the rest of the parking garage that you have to pay for. And here are the actual chargers themselves. I don't see too much about them, but you can hear them all humming there. So they produce all of this stuff here. I got some crates of new ones maybe going in. Pretty cool. And there's all the switches and stuff. A bunch more units. Super cool. Yeah, it's an awesome site here. All right, so we've ramped up a bit more now. We're getting closer to like 150, which isn't bad at like 61%. But you know, we're certainly not getting that like 215 or so that we would max out on. But again, no preconditioning, and we're fairly high, so I think that's fine. Over here was saying he was getting like 60-ish, but he also came in at around 70%, and he just wanted to top up because he's got a long drive ahead. But yeah, he got his limestone quad motor large pack R1S here back in February, so he's only had it a little bit, but absolutely loving it, and been great for him and everything. So yeah, cool. I always love learning about other people's Rivians and stuff here. But yeah, we've got everybody else here charging, and I think we're probably about to head out soon too. I think it's pretty cool. Like, actually shows the state of charge up here, so you can see. I guess the solid green means that they've finished charging, and you know, those ones haven't been kicked out yet. So I'm not really sure how this works. It seems like you can just stay here like almost as long as you want, as long as you're not preventing somebody else from charging, which is pretty cool because my office is right around the corner. So I might go in and get some work done while we finish charging up, or not. We'll see. But yeah, great. And he was saying he used to actually live in this building, and it was super expensive for parking down in this part. So like being able to just kind of come here and charge up is way better. So yeah, this has been great, and awesome experience here. All right, so we're actually pretty good here. I don't need to go beyond about 65%. So we are going to stop and head out of here, and let's see like what the pricing and stuff for this is. Pretty cool. So here is our charge time, 17 minutes. We put in almost 40 kilowatt hours, and we've used almost 1 on the, I guess, I didn't even think I had the climate on, but I guess we've used a little bit there. So whatever. And yeah, we're tailing down a little bit now, like 120-ish kilowatts, but that's really not bad, especially here almost at 70%. So this has been a really nice quick charge, and it's a great setup here. We were saying also that we really like that they actually have an attendant here for like safety. So, you know, especially at night, well, I guess they're closed at night. They're only open 9 to 9, but if this were to be like open 24/7, or, you know, if they're kind of like extending this blueprint to other garage parking setups, it is quite nice to actually have like a real attendant here for security purposes, because otherwise it's, you know, this one's actually nice, but it could be like a little bit dark and scary feeling in here. So especially like if you're, you know, alone, or you know, you're worried about the safety, it's really nice to have that. And that's pretty cool. Like, people here are, you know, just like hanging out, checking out the different cars and everything. And the Rivians obviously have been the popular ones here, but we've been checking out the Aria over there also, and just kind of fun hangout vibes here. All right, so I'm gonna stop charging, and let's check out how that works. Oh yeah, a couple other things here. So Gravity is actually, you may not have heard of them before. They are basically a startup. I don't know, like, in, you know, what type of funding or whatever they're in. I don't follow that stuff that closely, but they are new, and this is their first like real big install. And they are producing these chargers, which are, you know, super unique because they're much more compact than like the big ones that you would, you know, normally find in charging, and they are capable of like this really fast, you know, charging rate. They also, I love that this cable management that they've got, but they said they might be iterating on that just to make it even better. It looks like it's actually like maybe powered up here to make it easier to get stuff up and down. But yeah, I mean, this will make it, this is what Tesla should have. This is great to make it easy to plug into any point around the entire vehicle. I'd love to see like more chargers like this. And then this is a great setup here where, you know, if you're in a garage like this and you just don't have the space to put, you know, big pedestals in here, you know, you can install these in without having huge space requirements. And then the other interesting thing here, and I will admit I don't understand this like super well, but they have said one of the unique things here is that this does not require a huge like overhaul of the power going into the garages here. So they're just using like existing grid connections and the power from like surrounding buildings to power all of these. And I mean, it's a ton of chargers here. If everybody were, you know, charging up on these here, especially with like the fast rates that these provide, that is a huge energy demand. So really cool that they can scale that well. All right, here's just a closer look at the charging equipment. So they've got, oh, this one's got like different handles. So some of the ones down here had like more the like gun kind of ones. I think they're the Phoenix handles, whereas these ones look like the same ones that you get on like what I've seen on Electrify America and stuff. Let me just find that one. Where was that? Where'd you say? Oh yeah, here. Yes, it's got different handles on here. It's got like the gun style one. HPC. But yeah, I mean, like you need special cables, and even just the handles need to be rated to go up to, you know, 500 kilowatts to support that. Yeah, very cool. All right, and that ended up being a little over $27, and we put in just under 40 kilowatt hours. So that works out to be about 68 cents a kilowatt hour, which is on the high side, but I mean, it's not astronomical, especially considering you're getting parking here in the middle of Midtown Manhattan. And, you know, I've seen that rate like at some EVgo stations, and every once in a while at Tesla if they're like really congested. So honestly, not too bad. And then he said this is the only location planned in New York right now, but the next ones are going to be in California and Boston. So if you live in one of those places, you might see one of these coming soon. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this look at the Gravity charging hub here in New York as much as I enjoyed using it. This is incredible. I'd say this stands out as, dare I say, the best charging experience I've ever had. I mean, seamless. I guess affordability not as great as like you know, the best I've ever paid, but still really not bad considering where we are and the convenience and everything. And absolutely love like the attendant being here, you know, just from a usability and helpful standpoint. I mean, he was great, knew a lot about this and answered some of my questions, and was super helpful and everything. So absolutely love this, and I can't wait to see these come to more places. I am also going to be using these all the time now. So yeah, let me know what you think about these. Do you want to see these Gravity chargers come to a city near you? Is this what it's going to take to get EV adoption increased even more in, you know, dense urban areas where it's traditionally been a problem? And I mean, how much do we need fast DC charging like this in the cities? I think, you know, we at least need some of it for cases like our friend over here in this R1S who's doing a big road trip this weekend and needed to charge up here from the city to get going. Just makes things like that a lot easier. So yeah, sound off in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this one. If so, please do like and subscribe. We'll be testing out some other stuff coming up soon too. We've got some road trips planned this summer in the Rivian here, and as always, lots of other EV news, reviews, and updates coming your way, so you don't want to miss any of that. Ring the bell. All right, well with that, thanks so much for coming along with me to this trip to the Gravity charging hub here in Midtown Manhattan, and we'll see you out there on the road.